precinct would you like to be working at tomorrow, because you're not going to be doing this anymore. And to me, they said, you're in charge. You got the whole city, all 13 precincts in. Okay. In the year that followed, we continued doing what we were doing, but we spread it to the 7 western precincts. And by the end of about a year and a half, working the procedure that we had developed and doing what we came to learn how to do, we had to teach ourselves how to catch burglars, but once we did, we got really good at it, a lot of practice. I would say the spring of '99, the chief called myself and my partner, I call him, but I was a lieutenant, he was a sergeant, and told us to meet him at the 8th precinct on the west side. Didn't say why, just said get there right now. Okay, you're the boss. Turned the car around, we headed down to the 8th precinct, pulled into the front parking area, and it was filled with news trucks, TV trucks, news, any media from the Metro Detroit area was all there. And wow, there must have been something really big happen. We walked into the lobby, they said it's all downstairs. We went downstairs, walked into the room, and she said, and here they are now. I looked behind me, I'm going, who? He said, you two guys, and he mentioned us by name, he said, step up here. Okay. He said, he told the story. He said, these guys have been running the newly established unit for the last 2.5 years that has successfully reduced the violent crime index for the city of Detroit over 33% in only 2 years. He says this is the first time in decades that the city is teetering on the brink of dropping out of the 10 most violent cities in the nation list. And he said we wanted to recognize not only them for having done it, but their unit for having been able to achieve this kind of a reduction in violent crime. So, we just kind of stood there not knowing what to say, trying to look humble and answering stupid questions from reporters, which, comes natural after a while. Anyways, as it was winding up, I said, well, Chief, I don't know whether to thank you or not. I said, you kind of put us on the spot here, and he just laughed. He was that kind of guy. He goes, yeah. He says, you like being on the spot anyway. Yeah, kind of. So it was about a week later, I got a phone call from his office. And remember, this is a 5,500 man police department. For a police officer to go their entire career and never even meet the chief face to face would not be at all unusual.